My wife of 1 year. A marriage of convenience with a twist. A year ago, my wife, Amara Hayes, a woman bound to me in a marriage of convenience, suddenly gained the uncanny ability to read my mind. Little did I know that this would turn my world upside down. A year and a half prior, to fulfill her grandfather's dying wish, Amara, my childhood betrothed, married me. Right after we got the marriage certificate, she privately told me, "We'll divorce in a year. Then I'm going to marry my true love, Caleb Reed." Caleb, her first love, apparently couldn't handle the news and took off on a trip around the world. Meanwhile, I was married to this extraordinary woman. Amara was breathtakingly beautiful, with a figure to die for, and ranked third on America's list of wealthiest people. I'd hoped that over the course of the year, I could win her over with my sincerity. Instead, all I received was distance and disdain. 6 months later, Amara's grandfather passed away. She immediately summoned Caleb back. After picking him up at the airport, my normally cold and distant wife was overjoyed. She started dancing right there in the hallway before we even left. And I was merely the chauffeur for this star-crossed pair, fortunate enough to witness Amara's captivating dance. At the airport, I saw Caleb for the first time. He was tall and lanky, over feet inches, with a pale, almost delicate face. I couldn't help but wonder, why do girls these days go for such effeminate guys? "Evan, come get Caleb's suitcase." Amara's cold voice pierced the air. Used to being her errand boy, I numbly walked over, grabbed the suitcase, and put it in the trunk. Driving the luxurious S, with its top-of-the-line suspension and my expert driving skills, Amara and Caleb had the perfect opportunity to whisper sweet nothings in the back seat. "Caleb, this whole year I've saved myself for you. Tonight, I'll give you my first time," Amara said, shedding her usual icy demeanor and sounding almost like an innocent girl next door. As I drove down the airport highway, it would be a lie to say I wasn't feeling sick to my stomach. "Okay," Caleb replied with a chuckle. "I've learned a few things this year too. Tonight, I'll show you what I can do." They whispered back and forth, but unfortunately for them, the car's soundproofing wasn't good enough. I heard everything. Amara even pulled out her phone and started booking a room at the downtown hotel. Seriously, couldn't they at least wait until I wasn't around to be so blatant? The world really seemed to be going downhill. Annoyed, I let out a deep breath and stomped on the gas, starting to pass cars. Some slow driver was hogging the fast lane ahead. I cursed inwardly and, without signaling, swerved right to pass them. Just then, some unknown electric car with green plates decided to change lanes from the far right. It was the perfect setup for a dangerous game of bumper cars. Just as I was getting the car back under control, the driver of the electric car, for God knows what reason, actually sped up. Then the world started spinning. After the car flipped, everything went black. When I came to, I was still in the driver's seat. Amara was standing a good distance away from the wreck with Caleb. With the help of the traffic police, I managed to crawl out of the overturned car. Damn it, I was careless and forgot to use my blinker. Thankfully, after getting checked out, none of the three of us were seriously hurt. After enduring a round of sarcasm from Amara and Caleb, something finally dawned on me. Amara makes serious bank, something like billion a year in pure profit. Her company and stocks aren't in my name, but everything earned during the marriage is community property. If we divorce, I'm entitled to half. That's at least billion. With that kind of cash, why was I still groveling? Even in this economy, a deposit that big could earn % interest easily. That's million a year just in interest. Amara Hayes, hurry up and divorce me. I want my billion payout, and then I'm off to the countryside to get a massive estate. Maybe I can't keep a college girl for grand a month, but offer grand for a part-time assistant position, and female students will be fighting for the job. And then, proximity is everything. The thought made the corners of my mouth twitch upwards. Amara looked at me, confused. She realized I wasn't speaking, yet she could somehow hear my thoughts. Of course, I was completely oblivious. I strode forward, glaring at her. "As long as I'm your legal husband, you think you can just be with Caleb? Not a chance in hell." "Yeah, that's right. Divorce me already. Throw that money-grubbing black card in my face." Although, that Caleb wasn't exactly Prince Charming either. He was the one who snuck into the old man's hospital room and agitated him, making his cerebral hemorrhage worse. But if I told Amara that, she'd just accuse me of making things up. Hearing me, Caleb frowned and went to put his arm around Amara's shoulder. She pushed his hand away. Ow, that hurts, Caleb whined, still frowning. Normally, Amara would have rushed over, fussing over him, but now she raised an elegant eyebrow, a small smile playing on her lips as she looked at me. You're right. I'm still a married woman. I'll be more careful. Then she called for an ambulance to take Caleb to General Hospital and told her assistant to go with him. Caleb and I just stared, completely dumbfounded. What the hell? This wasn't how things were supposed to go. Amara and I got into another car to head home. The entire ride, I couldn't wrap my head around it. Did Amara hit her head in the crash? As long as I'm in the picture, there's no way she and Caleb can get back together. So why the sudden change? She was the one pushing for divorce. What's with the personality flip? I slowly turned to look at her. To my surprise, she had a mischievous smile on her face. Her sparkling eyes seemed to say, "Go on, keep ranting." "Okay, this is intolerable," I snorted. "Aren't you going to call and check if Caleb croaked? It'd be even better if he lost an arm or a leg or something, haha." Amara didn't answer me directly, but called her assistant. Then she nonchalantly reported, "Nothing serious, just some soft tissue bruising. Honey, let's head home first." What the honey? Did she just call me honey? Was my act not convincing enough? Did she somehow miss the point? I cleared my throat loudly. Just looking at that sissy Caleb makes me sick. As long as I don't agree to a divorce, you two can never be together. Amara's exquisite face held a knowing smile. Okay, whatever you say, husband. I'll keep my distance from him from now on. And I'm not divorcing you either. Already stunned, I was now completely floored. What the hell? Weren't you just crying about wanting a divorce every single day? You've got to keep your word, especially since you're a businesswoman, one of America's top entrepreneurs. You can't just go back on it like this. You promised you'd divorce me as soon as Caleb got back, and what about that billion? Just give it to me already so I can pack my bags and get out of here. My brain felt fried, but I still couldn't figure it out. Suddenly, a whiff of perfume came closer, and Amara looped her arm through mine. Hubby, what do you want for dinner tonight? Should we eat first, or should you eat me first? Has this woman been possessed by some kind of vixen? Why the sudden? What happened to the aloof Ice Queen routine? Hearing her call me hubby like that makes my bones ache. No, wait, it must be my acting. I wasn't convincing enough. I need to reflect. After all, a villain actor worth billion should be more memorable, the kind people really grit their teeth over. Back home, using the excuse of needing a shower, I escaped to the bathroom. Amara told the housekeeper to start dinner. Icy cold water sprayed down from the shower head, chilling me to the bone. I still couldn't understand how the plot had suddenly twisted like this. Honey, are you done yet? You usually finish your shower in 5 minutes, but you've been in there for minutes today. Amara's voice came from outside the door, sounding like a death summons. It gave me goosebumps all over. This isn't right. Something's definitely wrong. Something I haven't figured out. Gotta think fast, or I might kick the bucket before I even get my billion. Swoosh. The sliding bathroom door was pushed open. A slender, delicate hand entered first, and then Amara walked in gracefully, taking my breath away. Are you trying to kill me? What kind of wife walks into the bathroom wearing nothing but a man's white shirt? Oh wait, she's got black stockings on too, but that's beside the point. This is clearly entrapment. I'm just the evil male supporting character in this supposedly innocent romance plot. Any hint of smut, and I'll be canceled immediately. She must be trying to seduce me so she can accuse me of forcing myself on her. Yes, that must be it. Then she won't have to pay me the billion settlement, and I won't get to chase after cute college girls. Stay strong, Evan. Don't give up the whole forest for one tree. Just as I was wondering how to escape her clutches, my phone rang. I looked at Amara furiously. Who's calling at this hour? Don't people need rest? Tell them to hang up. Perfect timing. I think I saw out of the corner of my eye, it was that loser Caleb calling. Answer it quick. Go off and have your romantic time together. Just leave me here alone. Amara hesitated for a couple of seconds, then answered the phone. In the quiet bathroom, Caleb's pitiful voice could be heard from the other end. Amara, my wound really hurts. I'm scared being alone here at General Hospital. Can you come keep me company? I gotta say, this Caleb guy is a real master of playing the victim. He sounds so pathetic, it makes you want to pity him. Go to your precious white moonlight already, right now. Immediately go. I snorted coldly. What time is it? What does Caleb think he's doing calling you now? Am I your husband dead or something? Tell him to get lost. The person on the other end must have heard me. There was a pause, Then a weak voice came through. Evan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you too. Please go on with what you were doing. I'll be fine alone. Even if it gets a little cold tonight, it's okay. Worst case, I'll just catch a cold or get a fever. Excellent. Caleb has the potential to be one of those clingy, manipulative male leads. We're working together perfectly, a seamless combo. I continued cursing and muttering aloud, playing up the typical traits of a villainous supporting character trying to break up the true love couple. Amara's frown gradually smoothed out, and she moved closer to me. Looking at her flawless skin, smooth as jade, and seemingly fragile enough to bruise with a breath, even I, who'd admired countless beauties online, was momentarily stunned. Then came that fatal second of hesitation, and my damn first kiss was gone. Damn it, my first kiss is gone. Amara, that witch. She plays the seductress role way too naturally. Then a delicate finger pressed against my lips. Don't talk yet. Like a sitcom opera performer changing masks, Amara picked up the phone and instantly switched back to her standard ice queen poker face. Mr. Reed, my husband and I are busy in the bathroom right now. I've already arranged for caregivers for you at General Hospital. If that's not enough, I can call a few more people over. Caleb on the other end coughed hard a few times. Whether from choking or actual illness, it was hard to tell. Then came his weak voice laced with despair. Amara, I know it was my fault back then. You're being so cruel now. You must be punishing me. I'll bear it all. But please remember, only when the mountains crumble and the heavens collapse would I dare part from you. You said that when you sent me away. Wow, Caleb's words almost had me touched. Almost made me question my own orientation. Amara, are you really that cold-hearted? Hurry up and go look after him. I pushed her finger away. Get away from me. Don't play these push-and-pull games with me. I've had so many girlfriends over the years, I can't even count them. Your little tricks won't work on me. Amara gave me a mischievous look, then spoke into the phone. Mr. Reed, please take care of yourself. My husband and I have important things to attend to. Then, before the person on the other end could react, Amara hung up the phone, pinning me against the bathroom wall. So, you were saying you're such a master player. Now that no one's interrupting us, let's see what you've got. Show me. Having said that, Amara looked ready to have her way with me. I know what you're up to. Usually, you're the picture of an ice queen, but today you're all fired up. This is too weird. There's definitely something fishy going on. She's trying to lure me into a trap, accuse me of forcing myself on her, and cheat me out of my billion-divorce settlement. That's what I thought, but I couldn't lose face verbally. I gave Amara a playful smirk. Very well, woman. You've successfully captured my attention. Close your eyes, and I'll show you what the ultimate ladies' man looks like. Amara smiled and played along, closing her eyes. I quickly slipped out of the bathroom, threw on some random clothes, and went straight downstairs to the dining room. The housekeeper saw me and said with a smile, Mr. Young, finished with your bath? If you'll call Mrs. Young down, dinner is ready. I nodded, sitting down at the table with a blank expression. Soon, Amara, dressed in pajamas, slowly descended the stairs and sat across from me. Eat up, honey. You've lost weight recently. You need to build yourself up. The housekeeper froze for a second, seeing Amara like that, then tactfully lowered her head and removed the warming covers from the dishes on the table. Seeing the food, I barely stopped myself from cursing out loud. What the hell is this? Beef stir-fry, bull penis and ginseng soup, steamed oysters, scrambled eggs with chives, braised sea cucumber noodles. Is she trying to make me die from a nosebleed? I'm still a virgin. Where the hell am I supposed to vent all this energy late at night? This Amara, truly the head of a major corporation, her scheming runs deep. She started plotting the moment I walked in the door. I have to be on high alert from now on. In the end, I only ate the scrambled eggs with chives because I saw that mischievous smile on Amara's face again. I retreated to the bedroom and locked the door. Think I can't do anything to you now? Just watch me fantasize, picturing Amara doing all sorts of things. The next morning, I opened the door. We both had dark circles under our eyes. I couldn't sleep because I was too worked up fantasizing last night. But why couldn't she sleep? I snorted coldly. Let's go check on General Hospital today and see if that guy Caleb is still alive. Amara glanced at me. There's a charity gala tonight. Make sure you come. Caleb will be there too. I was about to refuse to give those two some alone time, but then my brain suddenly kicked in a high gear. Just letting them be alone isn't enough. Tonight at the charity gala, I'll make you, Amara Hayes, utterly lose face. Let's see if you don't divorce me then. Amara, who had started walking away, suddenly stopped. Remember, you have to come. I definitely have to go. I'll crush Caleb under my heel, and then Amara's maternal instincts will kick in. She'll side with Caleb and announce our divorce in front of everyone. Time flew, and I arrived at the downtown hotel where the charity gala was being held, wearing a tracksuit. All the men there were in suits and ties, and the women were in various evening gowns. Dressed in my sweats, I stuck out like a sore thumb, but that didn't matter. Plenty of people knew I was just the nominal husband of the powerful businesswoman, Amara Hayes. Soon, Amara appeared in stunning attire, followed by the dazzling Caleb. They truly looked like the golden couple, a match made in heaven. Everyone, please be seated. The charity gala will now officially begin, the host announced, and the venue quieted down. After introducing the VIPs present one by one, the host smiled and announced, "Tonight, we've added a fun segment to our charity gala, a prize quiz. You can raise your hand to answer. A correct answer donates $1 to the charity fund, and a wrong answer donates $. Isn't this playing right into my hands? Quick-fire quizzes are my specialty. I have to make Amara Hayes completely lose face and make her utterly disappointed in me." Seeing everyone looking at him, the host began reading the first question. Question: what is the most expensive watch in the world? Easy peasy, I quickly raised my hand. The host saw me and immediately recognized me. Next, let's have the husband of our richest woman, Mr. Evan Young, answer the question. He handed the microphone to me. I shouted, "My watch." The crowd burst into laughter. The host chuckled. Incorrect. That'll be a $1 donation. I glanced defiantly at Serena and stepped right to the front, ready to grab the next question. Next question: what is the biggest state in the world? As the host asked. I saw Lucas about to raise his hand. Without a second thought, I shot my hand up instantly. Everyone looked at me again. Honestly, I had no clue what the answer was, but inspiration struck. A state of shock, I declared loudly. The room roared with laughter once more, and the host couldn't help but be amused. Ethan, that answer also cost you $, but hey, don't hog all the fun. Give others a chance, okay? I nodded. No problem. The third question came. What is the biggest island in the world? The moment the host finished speaking, I pushed down Lucas' hand as he started to raise it beside me and strode directly into the spotlight. I looked at the VIPs in the front row and yelled, "My ego." Lucas walked over to Serena, looking aggrieved. "Serena, Ethan is certainly being quite the handful tonight. He's taken all my chances to answer." I raised an eyebrow, looking provocatively at Serena and Lucas. The spotlight, whether intentionally or not, happened to shine on Serena and Lucas. The host chuckled. Wow, looking at them, Chairman Sinclair and Mr. Lucas really do make a handsome couple. Then he continued, "So let me ask another question. What river separates the cowherd and the weaver girl in the legend?" Lucas smiled slightly and raised his hand like a gentleman. I practically ran over, snatched the microphone from the host, and answered, "A river of doubt." Lucas complained behind me, "Ethan, stop answering so randomly. People will laugh at you." In contrast to Lucas' irritation, Serena just watched me with a blank expression. "Tonight," I thought darkly, "I'll make you two look like complete fools. Then tomorrow it'll be headline news. That damn board of directors, thinking about the company's interests, will make Serena divorce me, her fake husband. Yes, that's the plan." The atmosphere in the room was lively, and everyone was watching me like I was a performing monkey up front. I didn't care. Once I got that billion breakup fee, what freedom compares to the thrill of financial freedom? The host cleared his throat twice, and the room quieted down. The next question is a bit tricky. It is said that with wealth and honor, what does one seek? This time, no one raised their hand. Everyone was eagerly watching my performance. I zipped my tracksuit right up to my chin and said calmly, "The lottery." Seeing the donation amount steadily climbing, the host was also getting caught up in the excitement. He announced loudly, "What is the most populous group in the world?" Even an elementary school kid would probably know part of the answer to this one, but they'd only know part of the story. I looked at the wealthy people in the audience. They'd never understand things like getting a discount for buying 2 sausages instead of 1 from a street vendor, or how the first thing you do after signing up for any auto renewal is immediately look for the button to turn it off. Watching everyone's expectant gazes, I deadpanned into the microphone. Insufficient funds. Serena and the other bigwigs chuckled and applauded. Once the clapping died down, the host asked, "What's the second highest mountain in the world?" I thought I'd heard this one before, something about K or other, but whatever. As Lucas raised his hand and started to yell out K to try to beat me to the punch, I swiftly smacked him under the chin, effectively shutting his mouth. Then, as the others looked on in surprise, I calmly took the microphone and answered, "Driver's edition." Hee hee, I'm so wild and unruly. Serena must be mortified. The host calmly added $1 to the donation total and then asked, "What's the first of the stratagems?" I slung an arm around the host's shoulder and, under everyone's expectant gaze, calmly replied, "Food additives." The host, with a strained smile, pushed my arm off. "Okay, Ethan, one more question. Fill in the blanks. High definition, no underscore 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 underscore." I blew a kiss at the host. The teacher covered this in class. High definition, no clothes. The host awkwardly took over. "Ethan's such a joker." As we all know, the answer is high definition, no worries, not clothes. Ethan must be trying to donate more by getting it wrong, right? I'm not trying to donate more. I'm trying to annoy Serena Sinclair. Just as I was about to answer another question, a speechless Serena came over and pulled me away. She was probably afraid I'd continue embarrassing myself. Halfway through the cocktail party, Serena had suddenly become very clingy, not letting me out of her sight. With me, the main attraction present, how could Lucas, that blonde pretty boy, have a chance? Finally, Lucas couldn't stand it anymore and walked over to us. "Serena, let's go chat on the patio." Serena glanced at him. "Mr. Willow, if you have something to say, you can say it here." Serena must be trying to maintain her virtuous wife image in front of me. I need to create an opportunity for them to be alone. I coughed. "Serena, maybe Mr. Willow has something important to discuss. Come with me. I know a quiet spot." I led them to a small meeting room, pushed Serena inside, and Lucas followed. Then, thoughtfully, I closed the door behind them, leaving it slightly ajar. Of course, I had to be prepared. Serena had been acting strangely lately. She seemed to have sensed my intentions and was no longer keen on divorce. Hee hee, you two alone in a room together. Passions flare, things happen. I bet at least Lucas won't be able to control himself. Then I'll get some incriminating footage and file for divorce. That way, she'll be at fault and I might get even more, maybe even $1 billion. It might not be the most honorable method, but as the saying goes, no guts, no glory. As long as it's not illegal, I'll take what I can get. No risk, no reward. Go big or go home. Sure enough, Lucas started his charm offensive as soon as they were inside. "Serena, you know my feelings for you are as clear as day." Serena stopped his saccharine speech. "Mr. Willow, if you call me over just to rehash old news, we're done here." Peeking through the crack, I saw that since the emotional approach wasn't working, Lucas switched tactics. "Serena, you might not know this, but Ethan has another woman. He's using your money to mess around." He showed Serena his phone screen, probably some pictures or videos. I wish Lucas did have proof of me fooling around, but I'm still a virgin. How could I be out womanizing? Oh well, for the sake of a smooth divorce, I'll take the hit. "Mr. Willow," Serena's voice rose sharply. She glared at Lucas. "My husband is under a lot of pressure. It's normal for him to go to bars and unwind. It's understandable that he might get close to other women in that kind of environment. It's more than that, Serena. Look at this video. He's kissing a girl in a booth. No decent man would do that. Speaking of which, there was that one time. A man has his needs, and when his wife isn't available, I go to a bar to relax. But it's just kissing a pretty face, holding a small hand. Okay, I admit I might have touched a thigh or two." Serena paused for a moment, glancing towards the door. I quickly ducked back. Close one. I almost made eye contact. Wait, why am I hiding? I'm supposed to be spying. I'm morally bankrupt, that's me. Thinking this, I peeked back into the room, just in time to meet Serena's narrowed eyes. Her expressive eyes seemed to be saying, "You're in for it when we get home." I saw Lucas pour some powder into 2 glasses and quickly add red wine. "Serena, since your mind is made up, I won't force the issue. Let's drink to a clean break." He picked up the 2 glasses with the unknown powder and offered one to Serena. Holy crap, Lucas is playing dirty. He's drugging her. That's brilliant. I don't care if she's drugged or not. As long as something happens between them and I get it on video, divorce and million will be easy. Haha. From my angle, I could only see their profiles, but I saw Serena frown. She then offered her glass to Lucas. Let's trade. Lucas' lips curved into a barely perceptible smirk, and without hesitation, he swapped glasses. Serena raised the glass to her lips, the crimson liquid about to touch her lips. I was inwardly ecstatic. Looks like this Lucas Willow is no stranger to dirty tricks. He drugged both glasses. Either way, if something happened, he wouldn't lose out. Plus, I heard this stuff can spice things up. Serena immediately stopped raising the glass to her lips. Then her hand slipped, and the wine glass fell to the floor, shattering everywhere. Serena looked at the broken glass, then guiltily at Lucas. Sorry, my hand slipped. It seems our past relationship is like this glass, shattered beyond repair. Damn it, Serena must have done that on purpose. You heartless woman, refusing even a final drink with your first love. I was so close. Damn it, I just missed out on billion. Lucas froze for a second, then clenched his jaw, seemingly making up his mind. He downed the wine in his hand in one gulp. Serena Sinclair, do you know I've loved you for so many years? Even when your family objected, I threw myself at you like a moth to a flame. I waited so long for that old man to finally be gone, and now you're backing out. No, I won't accept it. Serena was stunned by Lucas's sudden outburst, standing frozen in place. Then she scoffed. Don't think I don't know what you're up to. The Willow Group's debt ratio is over %. You're about to go bankrupt and liquidate. If you married into the Sinclair family now, you could not only pay off your debts, but also gradually swallow up the Sinclair family assets. And you think I don't know about your debauched private life? I've rejected you several times already, but you just won't take no for an answer. Let me make it crystal clear today. You're not a thousandth, not slash, to the man Ethan Young is. I love him, and I will absolutely not divorce him. I saw it with my own eyes. The woman didn't drink the drug wine. Why is she talking nonsense? I don't have any real feelings for you. Just divorce me already. Forget the billion, just give me the original billion. Serena turned to leave. Lucas was flushed, his eyes bloodshot. I had a clear view through the crack in the door. Unfortunately, Serena turning to leave didn't notice him. I quickly pulled out my phone and started recording. Sure enough, 2 seconds later, Lucas suddenly lunged behind Serena, pulling his silk scarf from his suit pocket. He clamped it over her mouth and nose while grabbing her with his other arm, pulling her deeper into the room. Serena's eyes went wide, and she flailed her hands wildly. The room was dimly lit, so I couldn't see her expression clearly, but I imagined she must be desperate. Even though it's not mutual, if Serena is forced, she probably wouldn't want to stay with me after being compromised like that. If that happens, my plan to get a divorce might actually work. Seeing Serena's struggles weaken, could the scarf have been drugged? This Lucas looks like he came fully prepared. I should just keep recording. Billion is waving at me. But screw it. I can't stand seeing a woman being forced. I kicked the door open and shouted, "Stop." Then I rushed forward with a flying sidekick. Good thing I was wearing sweats, or I might have ripped my pants. The kick sent Lucas flying back several feet. He stared at me in terror. How are you here? Did you just see? I glanced at Serena. Her eyes were glazed over. I went over and slapped her across the face. Serena instantly snapped out of it, touching her stinging cheek. She glared at me furiously. I put one hand on my hip and pointed at Lucas with the other. You audacious scoundrel. In broad daylight. Well, it's nighttime, but still, under the clear sky, molesting a respectable woman. Serena's retort from the side made me extremely embarrassed. No big deal. Lucas should be the most embarrassed one right now. People outside heard the commotion and came in. Serena managed to straighten her clothes in just a few seconds. Then she calmly called the police. From her call, the onlookers seemed to grasp what had happened. A few quick-witted bigwigs instantly analyzed the situation. They then collectively turned on Lucas and the Willow Group behind him. Me, the supposed hero who saved the damsel in distress, suddenly felt rather redundant. Suddenly, a small hand grabbed mine and started pulling me away. Looking closely, wasn't it my own crazy wife? We walked in silence. I could tell Serena was furious. This woman's like a gas tank right now. Better not light the fuse. That slap earlier felt so satisfying. I didn't hold back much. Looking closely now, The mark is already red and swollen. Is she going to make me pay for it later? No, wait. I did it to save her, to snap her out of the drug's effects. The law even says you're not liable for non-lethal, non-disabling harm caused while rescuing someone. Even if she takes me to court, I'm in the right. Serena snorted coldly. Felt good slapping me earlier, didn't it? Damn it. It's like she can read minds. I just thought about that. But I have the advantage here. They say if you have the facts and the law on your side, go to court. I've got both, so what's there to fear? How can you say that? You have no idea how dangerous the situation was. If I hadn't slapped you awake quickly, you might have started tearing off your own clothes and throwing yourself at him. I described the scene dramatically. Serena looked at me coldly. I was drugged with a knockout substance, not an aphrodisiac. Why would I tear my clothes off? Also, you enjoyed the view from the doorway, didn't you? How can you make such baseless accusations? Holy crap, she knew I was peeking. Can't confess. Confess and rot in jail. Deny and go home. I started stammering, trying to refute her. Listen to my defense. No, my explanation. I was just passing by, saw a crack in the door, got curious and peeked. Just happened to see what was going on and rushed in without a second thought. A soaring eagle swooping in. Hero saving the beauty. If you're not grateful, fine. I shouldn't have bothered saving you. After speaking, I turned my head away pitifully, looking out the window. Can't hold it in. Almost burst out laughing. Think of sad things quick, right? My billion gone just like that. Wave after wave of gorgeous college girls gone. That laid-back idle country life gone. Woo-hoo-hoo. A wave of sadness washed over me, overwhelming and endless. The more I thought about it, the worse I felt. My nose tingled and tears almost spilled. Serena's voice softened. All right, don't be upset. I was wrong about you, okay? I'll make it up to you tonight. Hearing, make it up, I instantly perked up, looking at Serena through teary eyes. I won't ask for much, just the usual small target. Serena bit her lips slightly, then her expression changed. A smile played at the corners of her eyes. Something even more valuable than that. I guarantee you'll be satisfied. This woman isn't planning on getting a freebie, is she? She doesn't exactly look trustworthy. Back home, I quickly retreated into my small spare room. After washing up, I started mapping out my grand blueprint for the future, noting down things I needed for the trip back to the countryside in my phone's memo app. Suddenly, a sweet fragrance wafted in, followed by a soft embrace from behind. I turned my head. Serena somehow was behind me, wearing a short robe that clung to my back. It was perfectly suggestive. Any more revealing would be scandalous. Any less would drive a man mad. We've been married so long, but we still haven't consummated our marriage, Serena whispered, nuzzling against my left ear. I quickly blanked my phone screen. Yo, what do you think you're doing? If it's against this young man's will, Serena Schofield, that would be indecent assault. At most, if you don't cooperate, I'll sue. You claim you try to force yourself on me. You'll get 3 years minimum. I hurriedly pushed her away. You're twisting the truth. Serena smoothly stepped around to perch on the armrest of the sofa. Tell me, who do you think people will believe? You or me? Looks like my virtue is lost tonight. How am I supposed to get divorced now, right? A wise man knows when to yield. I'll endure this humiliation today for future gain. After tonight, I'll start taking male birth control. Then I can claim I'm infertile, and this woman, Serena, will definitely divorce me. Resigned to my fate, I laid down on the bed, bracing myself for the coming storm. The next day, I looked it up online. Common methods for male contraception were vasectomy or oral pills. The pills weren't available domestically. I had to get them imported from America. I quickly asked a friend to buy some for me. Over the next couple of weeks, I repeatedly made excuses to avoid any direct confrontation with Serena. Half a month later, the pills finally arrived. I had refused Serena several times in the past few days, and rejecting her again tonight would probably make her go ballistic. Holding a pill, I prepared to take it. This particular pill boasted an effect that could last for 3 months, and the whole box I had acquired was sufficient for 2 years' worth of use. If she couldn't get pregnant after 2 years of trying, surely Serena and her family would have serious concerns, and that $2 billion I was eyeing wouldn't slip through my fingers. Hubby, what are you doing? Startled by her sudden voice, I dropped the pill. I quickly bent down to pick it up. What are you looking for on the floor, hubby? Is it this? Serena bent over and handed me something. I stared at the 2 red lines on the pregnancy test kit in her hand, completely taken aback. What's this? I stammered. Serena let out a soft laugh. It's okay if you don't recognize it. This is an early pregnancy test. 2 lines mean I'm pregnant. Shocked, I stumbled back a step, feeling as if I'd just been hit with a ton of bricks. A thought flashed through my mind. It must be that my male contraceptive pill had been ineffective. It seemed all my careful planning had gone down the drain. Damn it. What happened to that cool and aloof beauty I first knew? Once she set her mind to it, she was like a wild horse that couldn't be reined in. The next day, I took Serena for a prenatal checkup. The waiting room was filled with expectant couples, all radiating a sense of excitement and anticipation. I, on the other hand, was a bundle of nerves. Soon enough, it was our turn to go in. The doctor, a middle-aged woman with a kind face, performed the necessary examinations. The results showed that everything was normal. I forced a smile at the female OB and asked, "Doctor, is it okay to have sex during pregnancy?" The doctor glared at me, her eyes narrowing. "Not during the first 3 months, or the last 3 months. Those are critical periods for the baby's development." I nodded, but pressed on. "So that means the middle 4 months are okay, right?" The doctor stood up abruptly, staring daggers at me. "No, I really have to say something. Your wife might be beautiful, but she's carrying your child. What on earth are you thinking?" I turned to Serena, a sheepish look on my face. "See, even the doctor says no." Serena pouted, her lips forming a cute little frown. "Oh, okay then. I won't pressure you." As we left the doctor's office, I couldn't help but feel a mix of emotions. On one hand, I was still reeling from the news of the pregnancy and the realization that my plans for a divorce and a life of wealth were now in disarray. On the other hand, there was a strange sense of warmth and protectiveness that was starting to well up inside me as I looked at Serena's slightly rounded belly. Over the following months, I found myself gradually changing. I became more attentive to Serena's needs, making sure she had everything she wanted and was comfortable. I accompanied her to all her prenatal classes, even though I found some of the discussions about childbirth a bit overwhelming. I started reading books about fatherhood and parenting, trying to prepare myself for what was to come. Serena noticed the change in me, and she seemed pleased. Our relationship, which had once been so strained and filled with misunderstandings, began to improve. We started having more meaningful conversations, sharing our hopes and dreams for the future. I realized that there was more to Serena than just her wealth and beauty. She was intelligent, kind, and had a great sense of humor. Finally, the day of the baby's birth arrived. The delivery room was a flurry of activity, with doctors and nurses rushing around. I held Serena's hand tightly, offering words of encouragement as she went through the pain of labor. And then, after what seemed like an eternity, we heard the sound of our baby's first cry. Tears welled up in my eyes as I looked at the tiny, wrinkled face of our child. In that moment, all my previous thoughts about money and divorce seemed so trivial. I realized that I had something far more precious now, a family. Serena looked up at me, a tired but happy smile on her face. "Thank you," she whispered. I leaned down and kissed her forehead. "No, thank you for giving me this amazing gift." As we sat there, holding our baby in our arms, I knew that my life had changed forever, and I couldn't wait to see what the future held for our little family. I had let go of my greed for the money and embraced the newfound love and responsibility that came with being a husband and a father, and I was happier than I had ever been before.